Hey arm wrestlers, I am back from MAC for my whole trip to North America. I spent 2 weeks in United States, and then I spent a week in Canada, which culminated in Major Arm Wrestling Championship number 4. This video will be a review. Mostly I'm going to touch on the matches, the whole event, and some other stuff. I'm going to touch a little bit of my upcoming match with Auden Larrett, as well as literally how the trip went. So first I have to talk about myself, right? So the whole August month was kind of crazy. I competed every single week. It wasn't planned like this. It wasn't planned. It was just planned were 2 super matches. One of them was versus Topi in Finland. Right after that, we came back to Latvia for 3 hours, and we were on the way to go to East versus West event in Colorado. There was Strongest Arm on Earth tournament, and I was like, I am there, why not? I was still kind of beat up and with the jet lag and everything, and competed there, won both arms, was very happy. Continued training rest of the week. At the end of the next week, there was Colorado State. I was there, and probably I was like, I might compete. My left was a little bit sore from the week prior, and I thought maybe I'll compete right, because I know Corey Miller is there and Bob Brown, and they're both top level competitors, and I thought like, well, they have a super match, so they won't pull a tournament, so I should be pretty okay in a tournament, and won't stress much. It's just going to be like a workout. And they're like, well, we now want to pull a tournament, so they both entered the tournament. It was great experience for me. First match I had, lost to Corey, and then came back and won him 2 times in the finals. All those videos, all the things I'm talking about are on the channel. You can find them right here. And yeah, like I was like, oh, I feel great. Next day, we were in a hotel. We were staying in Denver, and I did like training session, pretty good training session. I was like, oh, nothing with my arm, so I just can continuously continue. Went to Canada, spent time with Devin. We arm wrestled. Last time I arm wrestled was on Thursday night. On Thursday night, I did a little bit of right arm and a lot of left arm wrestling there. And then Saturday was a match versus Elaine. So coming into this match, I didn't know what to expect. He looks super intimidating. So my match just dropped, so you can go, and I put a link in the description as well as pinned comment. You can go and watch the full match there. It's right there. So I didn't know what to expect. In the match, I felt great. My arm felt great. I felt like I was in control the whole time. I was testing myself. I was testing him. So we were there to give people the match that they deserve. And it was a good match. Like, it was a good match. Like, he's a tough competitor. Like, he's been arm wrestling for forever. I gave him all the credit. He looks insane. Like, I can't stress it enough. I just rewatched the match, and he looks like a superhero, and I just look like a guy that never lifted a weight in his life, which is kind of crazy, but it was an awesome experience. Yeah, I felt in the match, I felt great. I'll be honest. Like, even afterwards, next day we practiced, and then I think day after we also practiced a little bit. I'm kind of messing up the dates now, but yeah, pretty much like that. And my arms do feel awesome. Coming back home, getting back to my training routine, to my schedule, was kind of tough. Yesterday was Sunday. I did a practice, a little bit of training together with Vlad, and we practiced a little bit, and I do feel sore, because when you just arm wrestle, like, I'm fine with that. I have no problem with that. But when you arm wrestle and you also train hard, and most of the time I really load my tendons, so that's part of my training right now. I load my tendons and I work on my wrist. On Sunday I have no wrist, and my tendons, I have no tendons left, so that will take an adjustment. So probably by the middle of this week I should be okay. I should be good. And then I'll touch on to Auden. We get announced the match with Auden. Me and Auden, everyone was like, "Wait, you posted the video. You pulled Alex. You pulled Milo. You didn't pull Auden, right?" Yeah, for a reason. We didn't pull right for a reason. We pulled a little bit lefty. I'll talk about the match in detail, but before Auden, I probably will have. I have already one match scheduled with Shimon Polak in Czech. He beat me actually in the summer in Dobra Voda Cup, so that will be very. I'll take that match very serious. Plus, he's a very similar style to Auden, so I have to prepare very similar for a very similar opponent. So I'll be happy because I can just do that. I'll talk about that in detail, and then one more lefty match. So this is probably the schedule for this year. 3 more matches in total. I have a pretty good running streak right now with my right, so I'm very happy about that. So MAC event. First, the MAC, what they do very well is efficiency. Like the speed and efficiency. We did the prelims, and again, you can go and check out the prelims. I think in my Major Arm Wrestling Championship YouTube channel, it's all there. Hour and 10 minutes, maybe hour, 9 matches. Efficiency is great, and you kind of don't expect it because as soon as you start, you get on table, in 10 seconds you're going to start, which is crazy thing for arm wrestling. Even for me, I was like kind of scared going into it. I was like, oh, because you kind of like, I can grip up, I can put myself ready or whatever, and you don't have any time for that. So that will take definitely some adjusting for a lot of people. Rules are pretty fair for everyone. They are same for everyone. There's still a lot of things you can do, and with MAC they always are improving. Ian Carnegie is always improving on the rules, which is great. The whole MAC team, everyone that was involved, they really care about arm wrestling, and efficiency is the name. I think MAC has a very good potential to be a very different kind of league of arm wrestling, and it's very, viewer friendly from one reason, that it goes really fast. The setups that usually take 5-10 minutes takes 10 seconds. Boom, and you're in a match. What it does, and Ian explained to me this when we did an interview with him. I'll post that also in the description so you can go and check it out. While he talks in detail about MAC. He's like, MAC will always favor the better arm wrestler. So this is why most matches end in 3-1 or 3-0. 3-1 or 3-0. Very rarely it's going to be 3-2, and the same thing happened here. It was very rarely when we had anything else than 3-0, because the better arm wrestler always wins because you take away most of shenanigans. So it's I think it's great for that, and I'm going to talk about some of the matchups, some of the bigger matchups, some of the great matchups, and I do like MAC. It definitely takes some adjusting, and but you can do a lot of stuff there, and it's pretty cool. And I'll be honest, I'm a big fan just for that. And of course, the atmosphere was awesome. The Canadians, they're always they are so into arm wrestling, and this time like Devin was there because both Milo and Auden was competing, so he was very, very invested. And let's talk about some of the matchups. I should have a list somewhere so I don't forget about anything. Yes. Okay. So first, Milo and Chris Doucette. Like, Milo was Mr. Intensity for this one. Like, his intensity was over the roof. It was kind of crazy. It looked really well. He had the opening match and he went really, really super hard. So that is, I think for him, great experience. And I don't know, like he takes arm wrestling serious, but not as serious as Auden, and not as serious as Devin. No one takes arm wrestling as serious as Devin. But I think he's definitely there, and more he does it, more further he will go. He has all the leverage tools and everything, and he's not afraid to pull in any style. He was coming forward. He wasn't really top rolling. He was going for floppers, press and hook, and just great. Milo is really awesome. I have to talk about ladies. Danielle and Alexandra was a great match, but Danielle and Courtney on left hand was an epic match. It was left hand. I think it was left hand. Yeah. Courtney Hike won the match in a pretty dramatically, because Danielle is really strong and everyone knows how strong she is. But that was one of the best matches on the night, in my opinion, and females delivered it. And I think females on MAC, it actually can be pretty great matches, because most of the time, again, it takes away a lot of shenanigans and the matches are just more even out. That's how I feel it. what I have to talk. Yeah, Alden versus Mayan. Okay, Alden took this match on a late notice. I think Alden's and Milo's match are already on major Armwrestling channels, so you can go and check it out. They're gonna post the rest of the card as well there, so all the matches will be online pretty soon. My match has just been posted maybe 20-40 minutes ago. Yeah, Alden knew he was in trouble. Him and Mayan been practicing. Mayan actually has been staying at his house. They've been literally living together for I don't know how long, and he knew very well like what kind of trouble he's in. And Ian's trying to set me and Mayan up. Mayan is #1 Israeli arm wrestler with the left hand. That's what I heard. He looks super impressive. We pulled a little bit, and he did feel extremely strong. I don't know if we're gonna pull. It's gonna be lefty. My left isn't bad, but it's not like my right, because my left it most of the time just lacks the hand. If my hand works on that day, I might be in a match. So we will see. That I'll be very happy to pull him, because he's a great guy, and I think he can go really far in this sport. Again, around 85, 90 kilos, probably 80, somewhere between those 10 kilos is where he lies. Yeah, so Alden really tried everything, Kings, and tried really hard to make it in a match, but Mayan was just too much, just absolutely too much. Victor Bello, Clifton Erickson, that was a great match. That was probably match of the night. You know, those guys really pulled. I'm sorry, those guys really pulled well, and Clifton lost his hand. Victor had a hand control the whole time. He was in a better position, and still Clifton Erickson just, refused to give up. So great match. Probably for me, that was one of the highlights of the night, because we saw a real battle. So that was awesome. Alex versus Tyler. Alex looked amazing, and I have to talk about the title matches. Okay, so the biggest surprise for me was Kirsten versus John. I didn't expect Kirsten to beat John so easily. I thought if Kirsten can stop the match, get him on his position, his open top roll is really well. Like it's really strong, it's really hard to deal with, and literally John Terrian didn't have any single answer to everything that Kirsten was doing. Kirsten came in. He puts himself up there. Kirsten is one of those guys. He aims really, really high, and this time he got it. He's the champ at 200-pound class. So I'm very happy for him. Kirsten is a great great ambassador for arm wrestling. He loves arm wrestling. He lives arm wrestling, and he's becoming better and better. Some of the matches that he has pulled in the past was Alan Ford. He lost in a tough battle. He lost to Tuoms, which is Tuoms is one of the top 85 kilo pullers on the planet. Božidar Simonov twice, and Boži is Božidar Simonov. He's a legend at middleweight arm wrestling at this point, and he's still so young. Now he's the champ. He's gonna face Samushia in GVW, which will be, at this point, it's very interesting, because I think if Kirsten can get a stop and put some brakes on Samushia, we might see a match, because we don't know where Samushia is. He's dealing with some injuries, so that might be interesting. So I'm very happy for Kirsten. I was really surprised that John just didn't have anything for Kirsten, but we will see. We'll see what happens. Maybe there's a possible rematch in the future, but because I said, me and John, we've been trying to make a match forever, like literally forever. This year, I think we scheduled it twice and have to cancel it. So we're like, okay, let's do it like this. You get the title, probably I'll get the title, and Mac, or at least I'll try to get a title, and we both get a title, and then we can do champ versus champ, and I think that would be great, and to make our match better, because we pulled each other, I think 2022 or 23. In Arm Wars, and I beat him. And since then, he was trying to get a rematch, and I was like, cool, let's do it sometime. And we scheduled and then rescheduled it, and there's been many reasons from his part, from my part, and from promoter's part, and it's just a big mess. So I'll see what happens with John. I just saw him compete in a tournament this weekend, and he did extremely well, as you expect. He's top guy in Canada, So the other one, Artem Taranenko, Alan Ford. I expected something similar. I just thought Artem will have more fight in him. I thought Artem will lose his hand, and he will have to fight it with his. And we even talked about it, and he was kind of like a little bit like maybe too confident, like, oh, I know how to pull him and everything. And I thought, like, well, Alan Ford is master at taking hands. He's the master at taking hands. So if you go there and you expect that he won't take your hand, you're kind of crazy. So great match, great performance from Alan Ford. He's the champ at 220 pounds. We'll see what happens next with him. So probably there's going to be some challengers, and I'm very excited. He's one of those guys that also is kind of legendary Canadian puller. One of I know him, like, since I started, I heard his name, and that's been close to 19 years now. So Alan Ford is still rolling and still, hitting him to the pad really easily. Wayne Withers versus Philip Larson. Wayne Withers versus Philip Larson. I expected exactly the things that will happen. I just didn't expect that Philip's strategy will be go on a defense, get position, you secure the hand, and then come back. Because that's what he did. He did that for 3 rounds. And Wayne Withers is great, and his hand is really strong, but he kind of put himself in that trap 3 times. And I think maybe he should have done something else if he could. Philip is awesome. Like, he's honorary Latvian, as I like to call him. I'm very happy for all his success. He's been really like putting himself out there, gunning for matches, pulling everyone, slowly climbing the ladder. Doesn't go too fast, too heavy. He's going to pull on EVW card in Swiss versus Manuel Battaglia, which is a great match for him as well. I see him as a favorite in that one too. Just giant Viking. So he is now the champ at MAC. And I think for MAC it will be now pretty hard to find challengers for him, but we will see. We'll see. There's much more matches on the card. The total, the main card was 16 matches, right? I just want to say that I enjoyed the experience. Like, if you haven't pulled a MAC table, if you have a chance, go and pull. I think most arm wrestlers would really enjoy it. And efficiency, speed, takes away some of those things, and I think that the matchmaking needs to be very interesting with this, because the matches, it's very hard to find a match that's really close, because whatever advantage you had on the regular pad, you have more advantage on a bigger pad, and if you had like this much advantage, the advantage grows. That's how I feel it. But it does take some adjusting. It's meant for some tough wars. The pin pads are a little bit higher and some other stuff, but I did enjoy it. I do enjoy it. And I think there's a big future for MAC in the world of arm wrestling. It is a little bit different type of sport, I'll be honest. It's arm wrestling, but it's different because the rule set is completely different and the tables are completely different, right? So the things that are on the regular table, they're just not there. So I just don't look at it as the same thing. I see it as 200 meters sprint versus 1 kilometer run or something like something like this. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I want to hear your feedback. I know a lot of people watched it. A lot of people were there watching it live. A lot of people were watching at home. My mom was watching it starting from 12 in the evening till 5 or 6 p.m. watching all the matches. Finished the event, said awesome event, and sent me a message and went to sleep. So thank you, Mom. But yeah, overall, great experience. As always, there's more things coming on MAC. One of the things that I have to give a shout out is the team event. The team event, they just did the draft, and I think it's going to be featured on some Fight Network. It's pretty big. I think for the teams, that could be a really cool thing in arm wrestling to do. Because arm wrestling it's individual, but you could put up a great team with some of the arm wrestlers you really like, and then those teams go head to head. So now they're doing it mostly, I think it's Canada and maybe a little bit of USA as well. I think I have to rewatch the whole thing. But John Constantini, I'm going to post a link in the description so you can find all the information. They just did a draft, and now there's teams, and the first event is, I think, 11th of October or something like this. Yeah, anyway, I've been dealing with crazy jet lag because we spend 3 weeks in North America. So we were 100% accustomed to the time change. Coming back, first few days, it's fine. We go to sleep at 11, 12. We wake up at 4 or 5 a.m. You stay up. Then yesterday, we come back home from training, we fall asleep, wake up at 11 in the evening, and go to sleep at 5 or 6. So it's getting worse. Somehow we went the other way. So I'll see how I deal with that. It feels a little bit like a zombie mode. This is why this took so long. There's a bunch more videos I'm gonna make and talk about some other stuff, and also Armwrestling Odyssey video with Luke Polsher is gonna come out soon. I tried to do something with Brian Shaw, but Brian was busy and tired from the whole Shaw Classics, and yeah, I also want to do some commentary on Shaw Classic thing where, you know, like they did lose money on this one, and it's kind of unfortunate because probably was one of the best productions we have ever seen. For me, I thought it was the most professional thing I have ever done, and it was awesome. Anyway, guys, that's a little bit about Mac and some other stuff. Stay strong. Love arm wrestling, guys.